honey. What are you doing?
Building us a deck.
Why?
To spend more time outside.
No, why are you doing it?
Don't worry, babe. I got this.
There are some things in life you can't trust.
Uh-oh.
And there are some things you can, like the HP Smart Tank printer. With up to 2 years of ink included and outstanding print quality, you can always rely on the HP Smart Tank. From HP, America's most trusted printer brand. Visit your nearest Staples store.
You're ready for a comeback. And with Purdue Global, you can do more than take classes. You can take charge of your story, of your career, of your life. Earn a degree you can be proud of and get an education employers respect. It's time, your time, not just to go back to school, but to come back and move forward with Purdue Global, Purdue's online university for working adults. Start your comeback at purdueglobal.edu.
Hello. From Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This month we're talking about adventurers, women who refuse to be confined. They push the boundaries of where a woman could go and how she could get there. Today we're talking about a woman who traveled farther than light could reach, all the way to the bottom of the ocean. Let's talk about Cindy Lee Van Dover. Cindy Lee Van Dover was born in 1954. She grew up in Eatontown, New Jersey, just 5 miles away from the Atlantic Ocean. She spent her summers on the beach, observing all kinds of crazy, strange sea life on the shore. Those days on the beach sparked her love for invertebrates. At the same time, she was reading books about ocean explorers and oceanography. Her reading taught her about Alvin, one of the world's first deep ocean submersibles. 3 researchers would squeeze into the vessel. It carried them to the bottom of the ocean where they could see the ocean floor and collect samples with Alvin's robot arms. From a young age, Cindy dreamed of getting the chance to dive in Alvin. But she figured that dream was about as far-fetched as becoming an astronaut. In 1972, Cindy went to Rutgers University, becoming a member of the college's first co-ed class. She majored in environmental science and spent time studying the biology of clams and oysters. After graduation, she worked as a technician in a variety of labs and spent a lot of time reading marine ecology papers. One of those papers detailed a brand new discovery scientists had made at the bottom of the ocean: deep-sea hydrothermal vents. These vents are so deep underwater, no sunlight reaches them. The water pressure is crushing. The water around the vents is acidic, hot, and full of toxic chemicals. And yet, these vents are often teeming with diverse life. Studying these vents can help scientists understand more about how species can thrive in extreme environments. And some think that deep-sea vents might hold the key to answering questions about how life on Earth began. Cindy was so interested in these deep-sea vents that she sent a letter to a biologist who'd written one of the papers she read. The biologist wrote her back and sent her some samples to study on her own. Cindy's research on those samples became her first publication. She quickly found a home in the hydrothermal vent community. She went to conferences, on research trips, and eventually she enrolled at UCLA to get her master's in ecology. After receiving her master's, Cindy traveled out into the Pacific Ocean as part of a research trip. Out on the sea, Cindy learned she was about to take her first trip to the bottom of the ocean on the Alvin submersible. She stayed up all night, looking at the ocean, dreaming of what it would be like on the sea floor. The next morning, she didn't have to dream about it anymore. She was there, at the bottom of the ocean. Her work on that research trip landed her a job at the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution, or WHOI. She studied plankton samples collected by hydrothermal vents. WHOI had a joint PhD program with MIT, and one of Cindy's mentors recommended she apply. Cindy had applied to the program already, twice actually, and was rejected both times. But she didn't let that stop her, and as it turned out, the third time was the charm. She was accepted into the PhD program and completed it in just 3 years. After receiving her doctorate, Cindy went back out to the sea for her research. She participated in more seafloor dives on the Alvin, and on one of those dives, realized that the submersible's pilots had the best view of the ocean floor, So she decided to become a pilot. 9 months and several grueling exams later, Cindy was certified. Her days as an Alvin pilot followed a pretty standard routine. She woke up at 7 and ate a breakfast that usually included tropical fruit native to the region she found herself in. Then she prepared for launch, climbing a ladder to the bridge connecting the boat to the Alvin, taking her shoes off and then climbing down into Alvin itself. Then the descent began. For an hour and a half, Cindy watched the colors of the ocean change. Sometimes she took a nap. Then, finally, Alvin made it to the ocean floor, and the real work began. Cindy and the scientists on board would collect samples of living organisms and take notes about what they were seeing in the water. A couple hours later, it was back to the top. The ride back up doubled as Cindy's lunchtime. For a brief period in her life, Cindy considered Alvin her only home. She dove in the submersible over 100 times and piloted 48 of those dives. But eventually, she returned to dry land to continue her research at Hui. Over the span of her career, she's published more than 80 articles on her research. In 1966, she published The Octopus's Garden, a book about hydrothermal vents that she wrote specifically for non-scientists. And in 2008, she became the Harvey W. Smith Distinguished Professor of Biological Oceanography at Duke University. Cindy is still alive, and to date, she remains the only female Alvin pilot. All month, we're highlighting adventurers. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. Talk to you tomorrow.
No one likes to talk about money. Am I saving enough? Can I buy a house? Am I paying too much in taxes? Will I be able to retire? What if you could unlock insights about your finances in less than 5 minutes with a clear picture of where you stand today and where your money can work harder? Now you can. Visit Facet.com to take the free quiz and get your financial wellness score today. That's FACET.com. This ad is sponsored by Facet. Facet Wealth Incorporated is an SEC registered investment advisor. This is not an offer to buy or sell securities, nor is it investment, legal, or tax advice.
Are you looking to take the next step in your career? Maybe you want to learn new skills, break into a different industry, or just make more money. Marymount University's graduate degrees help you find your next. With approachable, hardworking professors actively networking in their fields, they will set you up for whatever your next may be. Customize your degree to fit your needs and walk away with connections in your field. Marymount University Graduate School, preparing you for what's next. Check them out at marymount.edu/grad for more information.
Double, double, toil and trouble. Bring me a puppy that I can snuggle.
Seems like a dangerous way to adopt a pet when you can find one through Central Park Puppies. Matching you with snuggable puppies, Central Park Puppies has plenty of adorable, friendly pups ready for your home. Learn more and see available puppies now at centralparkpuppies.com.
Eye of newt and toe of frog.
Nope, just visit centralparkpuppies.com. Central Park Puppies, bringing puppy joy to your life.